create a energy platform with a trap on it. The energy platform will be a place the players can jump up to and take a power core from a power station, and when they do, the energy platform will disappear, drop them into some radiation. But we're going to add an extra element, which is a switch to teleport the power core in the first place, and you'll see how it all works when we build it. First off, what we're going to add in is a player blocking volume. Next we're going to need a interactive. We're going to need to use a switch, so we'll go for this one. I think I'll place that there. We're also going to need a power station. I'll place that there for now. We're also going to need the acid. I'm going to use radiation. I'll add that there. We're also going to need sound. I want it to play a sound when it teleports something in. It alerts the players that when they've hit the button something's been done. So I'm going to add a 2D sound, and I'm going to go ahead and modify that straight away. That's a good one. We'll have that. Cool. Okay. Right, we'll start building it up. We'll make the platform first. So we'll change the settings. We want something long and thin like a platform, or thin like a platform, and we'll make it very like a sheet, like an energy plate. Uh-oh. Do that again. Didn't know you could do that. Okay, so we've got a long platform, and it's nice and narrow, and the height will be about 15 or 16. Okay. We'll leave it as transparent, but we'll change the colour. We'll make it a nice energy colour. That wasn't bad. We'll leave it at that. We want it to block players. We want to show it on start, so I've hidden it from the start. So show on start true. Okay, and we'll put that somewhere where the player will be able to jump up onto it. Probably about there. What I'll do, I'll go and grab him, and we'll use him as a guide to see how high we need to make it. Okay, probably a bit lower. I don't want him to do too much exercise before he gets walloped by the acid or the radiation. I'm going to place that underneath, so that when it all goes wrong for the player, he falls through and hits the acid. Power core on top of the energy barrier. I think that's sunk in a bit there. Lift that up, rotate it round. Okay. Okay, that should do. And we're going to add a game option for a map, and what this is going to do is we're going to use that to hide this on the map starting. So we click on there and we go on map started, hide the power core station. I don't think we're going to need them settings anymore now. So let's put them up there out of the way. Okay, let's move you out of the way as well. Right, so we need to tell the map that that is not start enabled, and let's get it do a bit more damage. Let's do half of a player's normal health, and every 3 seconds. So, okay. Now we're gonna tell this that when the switch is used, it will play that noise. Okay, and we'll also tell it that when the switch is used, that it will make that visible. Show. So it's now going to show that when we hit the switch. It was hidden, now it's going to be seen. We want that to start with a core, so, and we also want it, let's change the colour, let's make it a nice red colour, and we want to disable it on giving a core. Won't really matter, we'll set it so that it is, but we're going to have it deleted when the players remove the core. Okay, so that's all those bits set up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to tell this that when the power core is taken, that it will hide disable the volume. And what that will do is when the players take the power core, it will make that so that it does no longer supports a player, because what the player blocking volume does is it stops players from walking through that area, entering it or walking through it or falling through it, as in our case. It's a solid mass that they cannot penetrate, and so what we do is we make it so they can penetrate through it by disabling it. What's going to happen if we leave it like that is when the players take the power core, it will disable it, but it still be visible on the screen, and that won't make any sense. So what we'll do is we'll also add another tag to say that on taken we will make it invisible. And now what that's going to do is the player will no longer be able to see it. Right, so they take the power core, that disappears and allows them to fall through it, and they fall into the acid. So we now need to tell it to activate the radiation. So we click on taken, enable hazard. And so what we'll do is we'll put that tag somewhere where it's a bit more readable. Okay, so we've got that in place. Now what will happen is the player will use the switch, sound will play, that will appear, then they'll jump up, they'll take the power core, that will disappear, and the power core station will be left floating in midair. So we also need to tell it to hide or disable, to delete the power station. So we'll hide it. So it's now going to be hidden upon it being used, or the power core removed. Okay, So now we've got all that done, another aspect that we want to put in place is maybe we want the energy shield, the energy platform to reappear and for the hazard to disappear. And the way we can do that is we can again, on taken, tell this blocking volume to become visible again. And so now, whereas we made it invisible, we're going to make it visible. And the problem with that is if we leave that, it will disappear and then reappear straight away, so we have to add a delay to that. So we'll make that visible after 10 seconds. And like we've made it we made that to be disabled, we now need to enable it again so the players can jump on it again. And so we use on let's enable the volume. Let's find that tag, where have you gone? Enable volume. We'll place it there, and that needs to be set for after 10 seconds as well, otherwise again it will become disabled and then enabled straight away. Another thing that we might want to do is to get rid of the radiation, and so what we can do there is we can, on taken, we can then disable the hazard and again set it for 10 seconds. Okay, I think that's it. One way to find out, let's load the map in. And we'll see what happens. Quite a lot of different strings involved in there, so I won't be surprised if we do get one or two wrong. But hopefully, touch wood, everything will be okay. Like in a lot of cases, when you use a map setting and you hide items, they will show up on the load screen when you're loading, and so it's always probably best, you can't see it on in this occasion, but it's probably always best to have that out of view. Okay, so there's our platform, our energy platform. We can jump up onto it and it provides blocking, which it's meant to do. We now activate the switch and it's appeared. Could probably do with lowering it a bit so it looks like it's sitting on the energy platform. Now we'll jump up and we will take a power core. We should drop through it. Yep, everything's vanished, and then after 10 seconds the acid should disappear and the platform's respawned. So game on, that's worked fine. Oh well, thanks for watching.